Hello, and welcome to another Follow Point of Sale dry cleaning software training video. This one will talk about upcharges and optional upcharges specifically. Follow has two different types of upcharges, and that's why emphasis optional, because to briefly show you how the system works, when you go into any item and you choose your class and you choose a item, you can add optional upcharges, forced upcharges to any item. And as we talked about in previous videos, the price down here that you put in, and you just have to highlight it, and put in a price. The price that you put in down in the forced upcharge, and then hit save, gets added to the price up top. So as we talked about in previous videos, if you're going to add forced upcharges, make sure to make the pieces and the price 0 up top, and put your prices and pieces down at the bottom. So in the forced upcharge, you have to remember you can only select one of the forced upcharges. That's very important to remember. And you have to select one of the forced upcharges. So they're like a sub-item. Okay? So if you choose dress, it's good to put all the different types of dresses underneath. Now, you don't want to put optional upcharges in the forced upcharge area, because optional upcharges you may want none, or you may want more than one. So for instance, ugly would be a very bad description. A one-piece or a two-piece or a one-piece with belt is the most common. You can have a formal, you can have an evening dress, a short or a long, with the various different prices. But when you select dress, you will be forced to select one of these. So think about that. You don't want to put linen or silk or add a button. Those would be optional upcharges. Okay? When you click on the optional upcharge tab, that's going to talk about things that you might want to add to an item, or you might want to add multiple things to an item. So the way the optional upcharges work is these items will appear if the item you chose class code is here. So if I am writing a ticket and I chose a dry cleaning item, and there's an optional upcharge with a D in this field and nothing in the item field, then that will appear as an option from all dry cleaning items. If I have a dry cleaning item with an item code here, then it will only appear for item D. And remember that every item, see it up here? Every item has a code. So 10% discount will only be an option for a dry cleaning dress. So if I select, I'm writing a ticket, I select a dry cleaning dress, over on the right, my optional upcharges will appear, and what's going to happen is I'm going to get a possible 10% discount. I will also get a button shirt. Now, why that's assigned to only D is a mistake. Somebody made a mistake there. Okay? But now you'll see that the button shirt will appear for all, because it's a wild card if it's blank, for all dry cleaning, laundry, and alteration items that I choose. So button shirt will appear for all of them. Also, cotton will appear for dry cleaning and laundry, and only for item 3. Okay? Now, the dress is not an item 3, so that's not going to appear. Cotton won't be an option. So that's wrong, because you may want to indicate cotton as an option. So I'm going to hit save. So all dry cleaning and laundry will have the option for cotton. And over on the right, you're going to see something interesting. You can add to the price or take away from the price. So if you want to add a % discount on an optional upcharge, you just simply need to put the % sign as the first character. And you also, if you want to take away the amount, then you're going to make it a negative. Okay? If you don't have the % sign there, like a rehem, and you want to add 50 cents, so that's going to add 50 cents automatically. Okay. If I want to take away 50 cents, then I just do negative 50 cents, and it'll take away. Like you can have an optional upcharge that says press only, and you just take $1 off every item, or a certain percentage. But rehem, let's put back to 50 cents and hit save. Now, to add an optional upcharge, it's very important that, again, you get a unique code. And just like in forced upcharges and in item management, every item under a given category needs to have a unique item code. So if I choose the dress, you'll notice that that's a D, and no other item in dry cleaning is using code D. That way you can assign it to optional upcharges using that code. Now you'll notice in the forced upcharges you also have a code. So if I want to add a new forced upcharge, I need to click on the code field and I need to assign a code. Codes can be numbers, characters, or letters, not case sensitive. But I recommend do everything uppercase. Okay, and then here I'm going to put in very long, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make the price $16 and hit save. Okay. Now the cost column is completely different. That's used for if it's costing you money to clean and you want to run a report comparison. So in the optional upcharges, you'll see all the codes, again, have to be unique. You need to have a different code for each item that's going to appear in a particular class. So everything appearing in dry cleaning has to have a unique code. And you'll see if you go down the list, they all have unique codes except this one, which is wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to correct that. And again, use uppercase letters. That way everything shows up properly. Okay. Now let's go take a look at how this works. Let's go write a ticket, and let's choose Jackie, and let's choose address. See, it's going to ask me if it's formal, short, long, and that very long that we put in. You'll also notice that right now the optional upcharges and everything are disabled because the system won't let you print, won't let you do anything until you choose a sub item. Because if you're adding a percentage through an optional upcharge, it can't do it until it knows how much money it's going to add the percentage to. So you can't add an optional upcharge until you choose. So I'm going to choose the very long. That's going to make the price $16. Now you'll see that all those optional upcharges, the rehem, the cotton, the wool, the sew button, everything that was in the previous one, even the discount, shows up over here at the right. Okay, if you put an asterisk in the optional upcharge detail field, it will be bold. So if you want your main items to be bold, just put an asterisk in the detail field of the optional upcharge. So I'm going to choose wool, and you'll notice that the price changed 75 cents more. Okay, and because it's an optional upcharge, I can add many. Okay, or I can add none, in addition to adding the colors down at the bottom and the fabric types. And I can also down here at the bottom as an optional upcharge add a damage waiver. So I'm going to choose a sweater and I'm going to say damage. Do you want to add the disclaimer? Yes. The ticket's going to automatically print a place for them to sign saying that the item was previously damaged or faded. There also is an optional upcharge other that allows you to type anything that you want. You can do many of these, and you can add an additional item to the price. That added $1 to the $4.50. That's it for optional upcharge, a little more advanced, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.